Welcome everybody to a new My Hero Academia video. And guys, today I wanted to go over the two tier lists that YuYJ and I made yesterday, mostly YuYJ honestly. Because yeah, I got some comments from you guys that you wanted the tier lists in a video format. So we're going to try this, alright? I'm not going to stop making the tier list streams because I do enjoy making them. But this is a test drive, I guess we can say. This is a test drive to see if, we can make a video after the stream, kind of like giving you guys like the short version, right, of the stream. And of course the link is going to be in the description if you want to go to the stream and watch it yourself. But we're going to try this abridged version of the stream to see if you guys are interested. Depending on how well or not well this video does, we'll see if we keep making them or not. Basically just a test. So yeah. The link for the stream is going to be in the description. We had YuYJ come over, and YuYJ pretty much told us his reasoning for two different tier lists, both for PVE. These are both PVE tier lists, except one is free to play and the other one is a whale tier list. Alright, so I'm just going to give you the short version. If you want to listen to his entire explanations, I highly recommend it. You can go and check the stream. It's the previous video in my channel, so you can't miss it, and also the link is going to be in the description. And so yeah, let's just jump in. Let's get started right away. So we're gonna start actually with the free-to-play tier list, right? So Stain is of course a god, you guys already know. The rules that he set for himself when it comes to the free-to-play tier list is that we would take limited characters into consideration as basically just rank S and nothing else. No EX cards, no nothing, just rank S, that's it. And as for the as a class 1A characters, they would be just SS, right? Because as free to play and farming shards and stuff like that, you should have SS, most of them, right? So Stain of course is just a god at rank S. He's amazing. He doesn't take any damage. He just carries you through any content whatsoever. He doesn't care. He'll just deal ridiculous amounts of damage and he will take nothing in return, nothing at all. So yeah, Stain is just pretty straightforward, pretty much. Ida also, YuYJ is a big Ida stan. Ida, same thing, right? Ida does ridiculous amounts of damage. You guys know that in our tier list, right, the one that I usually make, Ida is in a separate tier below. Right, in A+, pretty much because of his lack of AoE, but YuYJ told us that pretty much, he doesn't have AoE, but he kills enemies so fast and that, it kind of makes it irrelevant. He'll just hop from enemy to enemy, which is fine, yeah, right, to a certain extent, that's true. Then we have All Might. All Might, again, doesn't require really any introduction. You just spam tornadoes and that's it. It's just ridiculous, stupid character, I hate it. Then we have Hawks. Hawks, again, super good, especially for single target. Great character. A little hard to use, but he's just really good for especially for single target. There's not much to say there. Then we have Aizawa. So Aizawa, a lot of people were mad that Aizawa was below Ida, below Ida and Stain. The reason why is because, or at least below Ida, right? And the reason why is because, if you guys remember, in our tier list, Ida as well as Aizawa are on A+, because they're pretty much just single target characters. So why is Ida above Aizawa? Well, basically because Ida deals just more damage. That's pretty much the entire reason why. Ida deals 5 times, according to YuYJ, right? This is just quoted straight from his mouth. Ida deals 5 times more damage as Aizawa. Literally. That's literally what our expert said. So that's the only reason why Ida is higher. He just deals ridiculous amounts of damage, pretty much. Then we have Shigi. Shigi, great character for PvE. If you want to put him on auto, he's going to do great. He deals ridiculous amounts of damage. He does have a form of AoE right in his AoE decay when you activate his quirk when Nomu is out, so he does have a form of AoE, not the best one, but it is AoE. Deals ridiculous amounts of damage, incredibly underestimated character. So yeah. Again, guys, if you want to know all the details, that's why I leave the VOD on my page, right, on my channel. It's just 2 hours. It's 2 hours of us discussing each one of these characters. So this is the very short version of it. So then we have Dabi. Dabi is amazing. Dabi is great for PVE. Dabi is going to deal ridiculous amounts of damage. Not to the extent that these three can dish out damage. Something that YuYJ was pointing out a few times was that for some reason the devs always give the tech limited characters less damage than everybody else for some reason. So still a great character, amazing character, deals ridiculous amounts of damage. He will carry you through PvE, no problem if you want to pick him. Then we have Endeavor. Again, people were mad that Endeavor was at A. The reason why is because Endeavor only reaches his potential at SS and with one of his EX cards. At S, he's just fine. He's just going to be a very utility-oriented sort of character. When it comes to stuff like agency assessments, he's going to be very useful in grouping enemies. Also, he's pretty much never going to die, right? If you know how to use him properly, he's never going to die. So he's just pretty much a tank, and like but yeah, he just gets out damaged according to YuYJ, right? He just gets out damaged by pretty much everybody else. So yeah, this is roughly in order, pretty much roughly in order, right? Kind of basically from left to right, best to worst. So yeah, Andy is just at the very bottom of A. Because you know he really just needs SS to reach his potential. So then we have Tokoyami. You know, he's fine. I don't really remember what YuYJ was saying. I just told him that I don't like Tokoyami, is that he does. But again, another character that really peaks when he gets SS. So you know, as it is on just S rank, he's all right. On B, just very RNG reliant, right, and to go into that rampage mode so that you can deal with like 10 times more damage than usual. So yeah, basically the higher the resonance, the less the RNG. So obviously the higher the resonance, the better he will be. And no, I didn't make that rhyme on purpose. Then we have Bakugo. Bakugo, unfortunately, very like dependent on his SS. Again, another character very dependent on his SS. Bakugo is a glass cannon, right? He's going to struggle a lot when it comes to pretty much anything. And the reason why is because even though he does have hyper armor while he's blasting with his Q, he doesn't have damage reduction like Stain. So he's basically like a trash version of Stain, right? You need impeccable positioning with Bakugo, and even then a lot of the time you have to trade out the incredible amount of damage that he can deal. You have to trade it out in order to dodge the damage that's coming your way and that you can't avoid, even though you have hyper armor, right? Like you'll just die standing there. So yeah, it's a shame. They really should buff Bakugo a little bit at least. Then we have Shoto. Shoto, just the one thing that we said is that Shoto just it feels really bad to miss his abilities. He's just a mage, right? So like missing his abilities feels really terrible, especially because if you miss anything, then you have to wait or switch forms without getting the buff, the damage buff. So just, you know, very gimmicky, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's the reason why he's there. Then we have Uraraka. Uraraka, very reliable, right? The only like bad thing about Uraraka is that she doesn't have a hyper armor in any of her abilities, which is incredibly annoying. Again, just kind of like Bakugo, you need very good positioning in order to not get knocked out of every one of your abilities, right? And it's incredibly annoying. But other than that, she does do well against many bosses, but you know, as many, pretty much every single free-to-play character, Uraraka just gets outshined by limited characters. She used to be a lot better, but you know, she's like new limited characters, right? Power creep, pretty much. So then we have Momo. Momo is just Momo. I don't really know what to say about Momo. I don't remember what you usually say to be honest. You know, like at this stage, she doesn't really deal a lot of damage. She's just pretty mid. Right here, I don't have her, so I don't know. I have a little bit of experience watching her play on auto on mock trial, but I don't have her, so I can't really say much, and I really can't remember what you usually said. So she's just mid, right? If she's with all of these other characters, she's just okay. The higher resonance that she has, the better she will be, as we will see on the whale tier list. Then we have, what else? We have Froppy, right? Froppy at S is just, or a double S, is just not at her full potential, right? She needs triple S at least to reach her maximum capacity, right? Again, this is all like, we go into way more detail with every single one of these characters in the stream. So if you want to check that out, link is in the description. But yeah, YuYJ, not YuYJ, Froppy doesn't reach her full potential until triple S, so that's why she's on C. Then we have Mineta. Yeah, Mineta, same thing. Mineta needs, like, I think it was triple S or triple S plus in order to actually reach his maximum potential, and then he's actually pretty decent. But as is on double S, he's just all right. Kirishima just struggles to deal damage. That's his main issue. He just struggles to deal damage, especially against bosses that are not too aggressive, right? It's really hard to like proc his Q, and you know, using your W, like charging your W is just a loss of DPS because it takes forever to charge, right? His E is like hits very slow, and it's the only reliable sort of you know, damage dealing ability, but you know, not entirely reliable because you can't really maneuver when you're on E, and a lot of bosses like to move around a lot. So yeah, again, very difficult to use that one character. And then everybody else is going to be on D. The reason why is because Kaminari doesn't deal enough damage until he reaches triple S, and even then, meh. Deku just doesn't do anything, honestly. Deku is very unreliable. Then we have Ojiro. Ojiro is just Ojiro, honestly, what else can we say? And Mina turned out to be a big disappointment. We're not really considering here as SS like everybody else, because most free-to-play players won't have her at SS right now. We'll see when everybody gets her to S or double S. It's gonna take a long time, because one thing that YuYJ did point out, and it's true, is that getting Mina to double S at least is just as hard as getting Endeavor or Dabi to double S, right? Because the only way to get her is to pull her, right? And they're like, it's actually harder than pulling these guys, because she is mixed in a pool with like 5 or 6 other characters, right? So it's very difficult to pull for her. You can't farm her shards, so it's gonna take a while for her to move up this tier list. So yeah, this is the free to play tier list for you guys. Free to play, all right? This is the free to play tier list, and then let me move on to the whale tier list. Let's start over now, and let's go through the whale tier list. So this is pretty much YuYJ is free to play, and I'm sort of like a dolphin, but obviously I don't have any limited character at SS. Like, I have all of the limited characters except for Trash All Might, but only on S. So keep that in mind, guys. So we have All Might at the top, of course. Trash character, I hate him. Triple S plus is just stupid. We like, when it comes to the well tier list, we are considering cards, we're considering triple S plus, we're considering everything, full tree. So yeah, All Might is just All Might. Honestly, what else are you gonna say? He's just spinny, 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 and wins. It's just ridiculous, stupid character. Endeavor really gets to his full potential. He doesn't become like like god tier when he gets to SS. It's more like he actually reaches his potential. Again, these are YuYJ's words. He reaches his actual potential when he gets to SS, right? Like he becomes an actual limited character when he gets to SS, and he gets his lance card, which gives him the damage that he's lacking. But this is triple S plus, right? With his EX cards, he's going to be an absolute god. He's going to melt the enemy's faces, pun intended. He's just going to like wreck anything that he goes through, honestly, and he's never gonna die either. It's just gonna have ridiculous amounts of damage, which he really needs. Then let's move on to Shigi. Shigi, triple S plus, again, super good. He's a great character. One thing that YuYJ point out is that all three branches of Shigi's talent tree are focused on damage, while most other limited characters have 2 damage branches, like All Might, right? 2 damage branches and 1 defensive branch. All Might, I think he has healing or something like that. Shigi just has straight out damage in all 3 branches, so he like deals a lot of damage when he's triple S plus, a lot of damage. Then moving on, we have Hawks. Hawks, YuYJ was telling us that he saw a triple S plus Hawks just destroy an enemy, destroy a boss. I think, where was it? I don't remember if it was Operation X. No, it wasn't Operation X. I don't remember. It might have been like floor 21 of Agency Assessment, something like that. But basically, just saw someone like do a very difficult boss in like under 5 seconds with Hawks. It's just, well, not under 5 seconds, but like, oh yeah, I remember. He said that he saw a Hawks fight a Hanzo, right? The basically the last boss of the city agency assessment, right? The water boss. So basically the Hawks that he saw destroyed the Hanzo, because before Hanzo could do anything. He never got into that tornado bullshit phase. He never did anything. He never got into that bubble thing that doesn't let you do damage. He just died way too fast at the hands of Hawks, or at the winds of Hawks. So yeah, Hawks really ridiculous. He spikes his damage so much. Every single passive, right? Every single step up on his resonance, I'm pretty sure, gives him more and more damage. So that's great. He's just going to wreck face the higher that he is. Also, considering that you know, this is the whale tier list, right, and we're considering him triple S plus, and like with pretty much any card that you want, it's going to have Mastermind, right? Any whale is going to have Mastermind on him, and that makes him just so much better, much more comfortable to play. So yeah, Hawks is just ridiculous. Then we have Dabi, of course. Dabi is insane. I have Dabi at rank S myself. I have Dabi at rank S, but I have all 6-star cards on him, right? I have one of his EX cards, the damage one. I also have Nomu, Shigi, and Cold Shot on Dabi, and I just carry. I go to co-op 9 and I just carry, and it's not even a joke. Like, it's not even funny. I get ahead of other people by tens of millions. Dabi is ridiculous. Again, another character that just gets more and more damage the higher his resonance is. So very amazing character. Very good. Then we have Aizawa. Aizawa is pretty much going to be rank A again. Yes, again, Aizawa is just going to be rank A. You know, this time again, it's his lack of AoE. Doesn't have AoE, so that really kills him. Every single one of these guys, even Shigi to a certain extent, has AoE, but Aizawa doesn't. So even though Aizawa is a god at 1v1, right, the problem with Aizawa triple S plus and stuff like that is that instead of giving him AoE, it just doubles down on his 1v1, right? Aizawa, I think his SS actually makes him better at 1v1. So again, like the one weakness of Aizawa is that he doesn't have AoE, and so the higher that you get him, right, SS, triple S plus, instead of giving him AoE, his passives just double down on his weakness, so that's why he's on A. Then we're going to have surprisingly, very surprisingly, Stain at A2. The reason why is because apparently Stain, the higher his resonance, he gets true damage, right? So the higher his resonance is, apparently, I don't know at which state, if it's triple S or triple S plus, he gets true damage. And the problem with true damage is that it doesn't get affected by penetration and stuff like that, and stats and other stats, right? I don't remember right now which ones, but yeah, the problem with true damage is it's that you lose out on some stats like penetration. I'm not sure if crit, I doubt crit actually counts, but yeah, you just miss out on some stats for dealing true damage, so that actually keeps him like behind other characters, like makes him deal less damage than other characters. He's still a god, he still won't take damage or anything, but he does the same thing as rank S Stain, right? He just deals less damage because they give him true damage, which is, if you don't know, true damage is actually damage that ignores the enemy's defense. Yeah, apparently that's detrimental. So moving on, then we have Ida. Ida is again like super good, the only class 1A character on the two top tiers, right? Again, same reason, Ida just gets ridiculous amounts of damage the higher his resonance is, and but obviously being a free-to-play character at this point at triple S plus, right, he's just not on par with everybody else. According to YuYJ, his EX cards though, Ida's EX cards are the best EX cards in the game, so worth considering if you want to go into Ida. Then we have next, we're gonna have, actually, okay, so at this point YuYJ pretty much told us that pretty much every single one of the other class 1A characters, they should all go on B, right? There's going to be 3 characters from the class 1A that are going to stand out because of their mechanics, but they're pretty much on an equal footing, all the rank A characters. Not the rank A, the class 1A characters. We're just going to distinguish 3 of them for certain mechanics. The first one is going to be Momo. Momo becomes a super support card, a support hero, right? She buffs everybody else in the party a lot, so she becomes really good at buffing everybody else. She's like the quintessential support character, so that's why we are just distinguishing her. And then we have Froppy. Like we said before, Froppy just when she reaches her full potential at triple S, and triple S plus is just extra stuff. The one thing that YuYJ pointed out, the one bad thing going for Froppy is that she has like an initial burst when the fight starts, and then she kind of doesn't know what to do, right? So that's the one thing with Froppy, but she will deal insane amounts of damage in that one. In those first 5 seconds of the fight, she will deal stupid amounts of damage. Then we have Uraraka. So these are the 3 characters that we're just distinguishing from the others. They're pretty much on the same footing as the others. It's just that these 3 just have something that, you know, like makes them stand out a little bit. Uraraka has her E. Her E is ridiculous. It will shred enemy teams in Super Co-op Warzone. Like Uraraka's E's at triple S plus, she's just going to deal ridiculous, out of this world amounts of damage. And then everybody else is just going to be C tier, not because they're bad or anything like that, they're just not on the same like playing field, I guess you can say, as the others. Basically these people, right? All the limited characters plus Ida, pretty much. Obviously these are free-to-play characters, so they're not going to be as powerful as limited characters at triple S plus with every EX cards and every EX card and everything, right? So there's really not much to say about these guys. I'm not sure if we go over them in the stream. We might have, but yeah, this was basically YuYJ's free-to-play and whale PVE tier lists, both of them, right? So if you guys are interested, you can check out the stream. The VOD is in my channel. Very interesting. We were talking about each one of the characters, the pros and cons of, you know, being free to play and whale, right? Like pros and cons, because you know, staying actually does become a little bit worse if you're a whale. So yeah, it's just very fun time, very fun chill stream. This is going to be a test video to see if you guys are interested in the abridged version of this streams that we usually do. The reason why I make these streams is because you guys request a lot of the time that I make streams, and unfortunately I don't have the equipment that's required for me to actually play like PvP or agency assessment on my computer. My computer just can't handle that. So you know, making tier lists is like a good excuse, you know, to do streams, which is something that you guys request a lot. So if you guys enjoyed this, please leave a like, leave a comment. What do you think? Do you agree with the lists? Do you disagree? Are you a whale? Are you free to play? Subscribe if you like more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.